Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Dinky here today with Zoologist. What will it be today? Let's find out. Yes, indeedy. So, right now, everything's been put into here. Yes, 6 or 7 more. Turns out there was 2 I was missing. It just keeps happening. So, let's try this. We have a this. Is there another one in there? No, and this. I'm feeling this one. Panda. Okay. There you go. I don't even know what the other one was. I'll see in the I think it was penguin. Yep. So in we go into this little magic box. So exciting. Okay. So this is what this little guy looks like. So dapper, so cute. Ready to make you smell him. And there you go. Okay, so if you buy the bottle, this is what it's going to look like. Looks like bamboo, the coloring a little bit. Betcha there's notes of bamboo, but I could be wrong. I know nothing about this, but I'm going to guess. And this will cost you $175 USD. And an encounter with a lovable panda is as unforgettable as the exotic forest it calls home. So, the opening of this oriental fragrance envelops you in a joyous embrace. Osmanthus, magnolia, lily, juicy apple, and mandarin tumble over one another in a happy melee to create a moment of pure joy. Interesting. This perfume is a new interpretation. The original version is discontinued. Interesting. There's a few of them like that, and I'm curious to know why and what happened. My nosy little self. So, the top notes will be apple, magnolia, mandarin, lily, osmanthus, ozone, and tea. That is delightful. That is what I want all day, every day. The heart notes are amber, bamboo, called it, earthy notes, jasmine, orris, patchouli, and the bottom notes are civet, musk, and sandalwood and vanilla. That means there's going to be a little bit of animal stanky on there, I think. So there you go. That's my professional wording. So, okay. So, here we go. Panda. This is what it looks like. Now, it does look like it has a little bit of color to it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm seeing things, but it looks like a light kind of green, mint green in there. So, I'm curious because there's a lot of notes I like, but there are a couple that are kind of animal. I don't know how I feel about that. So there we go. We got some on the wrist. And then let's do this. Let's do this. Now I did add, I usually do 2 squirts, but I did a little bit more just because they were kind of half squirts. So there you go. Ooh. Okay. Wow, this is really pretty. It's very green. It's a very green scent with a lot of floral. And that's what's coming out. Ooh. Ooh. Hold on a second. Oh no. Okay. So what I liked about this at first is I can smell the beautiful greenery and floral, and then out of nowhere I got slapped in the face with the smell of a zoo. Yeah, so that's what threw me off as I started going like this with my wrist and going, oh, I'm enjoying this, how lovely. And then there's that fecal smell. Oh no. See, what I like about Zoologist is they're not afraid to take it to that next level. And they love that animalic scent, so that it's, I like to call it barnyard a little bit, but this is more the barnyard. This is flat out fecal a little bit. It's like going into the zoo area of the elephant area of a zoo. It's kind of that smell. That is not what I expected. It was this beautiful greenery. I could get the magnolia. I could get the freshness of the greens. I could get the bamboo. And then underneath it all, it's just, right now I'm having a hard time moving past the animal notes. Yeah, let's try it here. See, This was so nice. This was so nice. I could smell that beautiful apple. Kind of was reminiscent of cow a little bit, that lightness of cow with the apple and with the greens and with the magnolia and bamboo. It's just light and floaty. And then the animal scent with the civet and the musk is just way too strong on this for me. It was such a beautiful scent until that happened. Yeah, I'm not loving that. Oh no. So that's what that smell is. I finally understand it. I think it's the civet, but maybe I'm wrong. The Band-Aid scent is back too. And the original beaver had this, not beaver maple, but the beaver one had the scent of Band-Aid. And I think what that is civet. Because I'm getting it here. I'm getting it here. And it reminds me of that from beaver. So I think it's the civet. I could be wrong because I really don't know the note of civet that well. And part of it is because I really don't go out of my way to find it. But it found me today. And that's okay. Okay. So it's a very light scent. It stays right around here. But the more I wear it and the more I move around like this, the more I smell the fecal smell or the animal scent. I guess that's a better way of saying it but a lot of people may not know what that means. And honestly, you can say animalic and all that. And some people go, what does that mean if they are novices to scents? And it basically just smells a little bit like, to me, an enclosure at a zoo sometimes that needs to be cleaned. It has that very much, or a stable. My grandparents had cows. I know this scent pretty well. So it kind of reminds me of that if you're new to scents. This was a gorgeous scent until that happened. And now I don't know how I feel about it. It wasn't needed. It was such a gorgeous scent. And then it was destroyed. Not destroyed, because somebody loves this. So somebody out there loves this. For me, it was this beautiful scent that I was loving, and then that smell just came through. So I'm finding it a little difficult just because personally I don't like those scents, but I know there's some people out there who do. But for me, they're very difficult, and they pull very strongly on my body chemistry. So, but interestingly enough, it's coming in more so on the fabric. Yeah, it's coming through more on the fabric. Yeah, but I'm also getting magnolia, bamboo, like green apple, and also just like greenery in general. Here, I'm mostly getting that Band-Aid scent with a little bit of greenery. So this one's difficult. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in an hour to see how this morphs, because it was joyous at first. You could see the actual moment on my face where everything changed. You can see that moment. So it started out glorious. It's a little tough now. So maybe it'll morph into something that's a little bit more accessible for me. Well, we'll see in an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour. And okay, this is it's contradicting itself. Because I get these beautiful wafts of this light apple and magnolia and little slight bit of tea in there and just greenery. And what I really like about it is there's this ozone scent to it. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I love the ozone kind of layer to it. It just adds this note to it that's just so cool. It just makes it heady and beautiful. And I love it. But what's happening here is then a sharp scent will come through, and that's the barnyard scent. And that is tough. But let's try it on the wrist. So this is just lovely. That magnolia and the greens and the bamboo and it's just so beautiful. It's just so beautifully done. And the ozone, it's gorgeous. But on top of it is that Band-Aid smell still. And that's the same scent that I got from beaver. So I'm wondering if it's civet that's causing it to smell like that. Because I really don't know civet that well. Because to be fair, I tend to avoid really animal scents, like really strong. So this is gorgeous, but it just, every time I get that, it's a little bit of baby shampoo in there as well. Every time I get that light, beautiful scent, then what cuts through is that, as I like to call it, barnyard scent, but it's animalic or animal scent. So let's check it out here. So again, I get that beautiful baby shampoo with the green apple and the bamboo and less tea or earthiness here, more on the skin. But here it's lighter and fruitier, and the baby shampoo apple scent with the bamboo, and it's just the ozone. It's so gorgeous, but I'm slammed with the smell of animal. And it's just unfortunate. It's so beautiful. It's just gorgeous. So I get that contrast with the gorgeous scent that I love. Very reminiscent of cow, but a little bit stronger, but just beautiful, light. And then, yeah, then you get the scent of the animal, and it smells like barnyard. It really does, and I don't much care for it. Usually my chemistry pulls that out. It's more on the clothing this time. And it's just really distracting because it's such a beautiful scent. And then to have that in the mix, I personally am not liking it. Even moving my arm around, I get the scent of, you know, a barnyard, or, you know, my grandparents had a farm, cow, you know, their enclosure smelled like this. So for me, that's what's kind of bringing it down a bit. It's also extremely light. After an hour, it's very light, but this is not a bold scent outside of the animal notes. This isn't a bold scent. It's very light. It's very personal. It's very airy. And then it's in your face. Just that scent. So I don't expect this to last a long, long time, because I find with these lighter scents, they don't always last as long as some of the other ones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in 3 to 4 hours to make it 4 or 5 hour wear time. Hopefully it lasts that long. And I will let you know my final thoughts. Okay, so it has been 5 hours. We made it. And I will say there is still a scent. I really thought it wasn't going to last that long because it is lighter in the way it presents itself at first. So I thought it's not going to make it, but it did. It is still in its nice little bubble. Again, this is not one that projects. Some people really like projection, other people don't. But this stays very close to your body. So still around here, so it's a nice little personal scent that you can put on and enjoy all day. So with the whiffs that I'm getting from it now, it's actually quite nice. It just takes a while to get there. I'm not getting the same thing that I was earlier with the more animal scent. When I move around, it's definitely this beautiful, it's this beautiful, again, magnolia, green, beautiful scent. It's just gorgeous. So, but let's try it. Yep, that Band-Aid scent is just slightly there, but it has gone away. And what's left, is this beautiful, it's almost like aquatic, but it's not. So I think that's just the greenery. It's so beautiful. It's like this tea, so it's earthy, and this beautiful like bamboo and magnolia coming through. It's just this beautiful earthy green scent. It's just clean. It's just gorgeous, but it takes a little bit to get there. On my sleeve, it is more, the animalic scent is gone. It's more of what was here. The Band-Aid scent is now here with the beautiful floral. There's definitely floral in there, and it's magnolia, because I know magnolia pretty well, at least on my skin chemistry, with this beautiful ozone scent to it that's still really prevalent, and I like that. It's that beautiful ozone and fresh green and just this beautiful magnolia and that little hint of tea. I'm curious what other notes are in there that's making that fresh, beautiful, crisp scent. It's almost, I don't know. It's just gorgeous. I think it's bamboo as well. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah. That's right. So it's that apple. That's right. It's that apple. That apple is making it so crisp and beautiful. It just really comes through. I really am getting that magnolia though. Yeah, it's so pretty. And it is that apple. It's just lovely. It was an adventure to get there. I will say, some people may argue with me and say that the animal notes make it more unique and special. To be honest with you, it's not needed. If those notes were taken out, I would gladly buy a beautiful bottle of this, but given that they're just too strong for the first, I would say, hour or two, and it does leave a little bit of bitterness on my skin. Just a hint of bitterness, but it doesn't smell like that anymore. And here the Band-Aid takes over. The Band-Aid, that Band-Aid smell that I got from Beaver is here as well. Yeah. So it's tough because this one's so beautiful on one hand, and on the other hand, it just still has a little bit of funk there. If that was all taken away, I think this would have been like a slam dunk. I really do. I think this would have been a favorite of mine. But for the first 2 hours, it was really strong scent of, of barn or stable. And I don't care for that. So if you don't mind that, you may want to give this a try because I really do think it's gorgeous. That magnolia with the apple and with the greenery and the bamboo and a little bit of tea just makes this really beautiful and really special, but it kind of is clouded with the barn notes. That's what kind of destroyed it for me. If you can get past that, or if they work well on your chemistry, then this may work really well for you. I think this one is going to be difficult for a lot of people. But I think if you can pull it off, it's gorgeous. If you can wait 2 hours before you mingle around other people, it smells really good. And it definitely is still going. It's not strong. It's not like moth or bee or T-Rex or musk deer. Those are really strong. Definitely stronger than chameleon was for me, or cow or something like that. It's more in the middle tier, but if this is a 5, it's just a little bit underneath there. So 4.5 as far as projection to 5, which isn't bad. Some people don't want to smell up a room. Some people don't want to annoy their neighbors. You know, they like keeping it in their space, and it's definitely a personal space bubble kind of scent. So this one's hard. How would I rate Panda? You know, if those funky notes weren't there, I would have given it about a 7.5. It's really glorious, but because the notes are still slightly there, it just adds this kind of bitterness on my skin. And here it just smells like that Band-Aid, and it overtakes the other fragrances. When I move around, I'm not as aware of it. When I move, it kicks up the light floral scents and the freshness and the ozone. But it just worries me that other people, if they get too close, would smell those other notes. So unfortunately, because those notes were a bit much for me, it does knock it down to a 5.5. Without those notes, I would have put it at a 7.5, maybe even an 8, because it is absolutely glorious without those notes for me. And just know different people pick up different things on their skin, their chemistry, and other people have different preferences to what works for their, olfactory system. What's going to work for your sense of smell. So you always have to take that into account when you're watching any of these type of videos, because of course we all have different preferences and a different setup. So, it's always good to check several reviews and see how they all kind of add up. But in the end, the best thing to do is just get one of the samples and check out for yourself if you are interested. So there you go. That is Panda from Zoologist. And until next time, when we choose another zoologist scent, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.